Well, welcome to Coffee with Job on Thursday morning, and again it's a dreich day, and so I'm back indoors. I was going to say coffee with Job, but it's really water with Job. I'm afraid I spilt some coffee, so I'm off coffee for a wee while. Oh dear me. Do you know, I could give you a sermon illustration, couldn't I? How do you... Sin is more difficult to get out than coffee stains out of a white couch or a pale couch. But instead we're going to turn to Job chapter 14. And this is Job continuing his talk and his answer. And this is what he says to God. Mortals, or I think the more familiar version for many people, man that is born of woman, is full of days, are a few days and full of trouble. They spring up like flowers and wither away, like fleeting shadows they do not endure. Do you fix your eye on them? Will you bring them before you for judgment? Who can bring what is pure from the impure? No one. A person's days are determined. You have decreed the number of his months and have set limits he cannot exceed. So look away from him and let him alone until he has put in his time like a hired labourer. Well, isn't that man that is born of woman is a few days and full of trouble? Just a couple of cultural notes here. We're all born of a woman. Men don't give birth. This may not come as a massive revelation to most of you, but apparently to many of our politicians and cultural elites, this is a shocking statement which must not be said. But that is it. And then we're asking, you know, as we go on in our culture, I think one of the most depressing things that's happening is people are forgetting what human beings are. What is a human being? Humans are male and female, and humans are made in the image of God, and so on. And the Bible gives a very, very clear what we call anthropology. But I think that Chesterton was right, that as we lose our understanding of God, so we've lost our understanding of what it is to be humanist. It's almost beyond irony that our more militant secular humanists don't know what a human is. Now, where we're at in this passage is Job in real despair. He considers, first of all, in the bit we read, the brevity of life. Woman is frail. What comes from woman is frail. Think of that newborn baby. It's so frail. Psalm 90 verse 5, you sweep men away in the sleep of death. They are like the new grass of the morning. Although in the morning it springs up new, by evening it is dry and withered. I just love, I mean, we all love, don't we? Well, I hope we all love seeing new babies. And I think as a father, the first time, particularly my son, I held on to think, wow, I'm responsible for this. This is an awesome responsibility, but so frightening, so frail. A few days. A person's days are determined. Isn't that interesting? We think we prolong life. Now, one of you asked about, well, what's the point? Should we just be fatalistic? Well, no, we have a responsibility to look after our lives. But the overall picture is that God knows our days. He counts all of them. He knew every one of them before any of them came to be. There's a boundary and we cannot go beyond them. And they are full of trouble. Brevity, toil, and God still watching us. The notion here is not of benevolence. Now, of course, there are many good things in life. But this is what Job is feeling at this time. And how can that be changed? How can these days be so that they're not full of trouble? You may feel your days are full of trouble. How can they be changed? Well, let's come back to where we came in. Man that is born of woman. The promise of Genesis 3 is that the seed of the woman would crush the devil. Jesus was born of a woman. That's what Galatians 4:4 says. When the set time had fully come, God sent his son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those under the law, that we might receive adoption to sonship. Salvation came through a woman. Salvation came through that woman giving birth to Jesus Christ. It's really just quite extraordinary. Man that is born of woman is full of trouble. But the man, the second Adam, who's born of woman, is the one who's full of life and joy and brings that to us. I hope you'll know it. See you tomorrow. Bye.